Welcome to the Dysfunction Junkies podcast. We may not have seen it all, but we've seen enough. And now, here are your hosts, Chrissy and Carrie.
Hello, junkies. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Chrissy. Ooh, I got a good one for you today, Carrie.
You do? Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, at least I think it's good because it's stuff that I always ask myself and wondered as I got older. You don't question this stuff when you're a child, but all those lovely little sayings we used to say when we were kids.
Like what?
And the generations before us too, I guess. But now they're not so
PR.
correct. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the term is anymore.
And are they
you say politically correct
or are they songs? Are they what
songs? Well, basically, I guess what you call nursery rhymes.
There you go.
Back in the day. But so the reason this kind of came up, I remembered it was my daughter when she was still in preschool had to basically do a saying. And they signed them to the kids.
Okay. In preschool?
These little nursery rhymes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Each one got Miss Mary Muffet and so. And so they signed the kids all these different little nursery rhymes, and they were going to put on a show, and the kids would go up on the stage and they would do their part, and then the next kid would go up. And they were supposed to also dress like the character that they sort of were reading about. And my daughter got assigned, which I never heard before this, Little Polly, give me the name again? Flinders. And I remember it, they gave it to me, but they had to change it because it had something in there that was really inappropriate. So it said, do you have it?
I was basically saying that she got her feet too close to the cinders.
No. Little Polly Flinders sat by the cinders warming her... Why do I remember this and I didn't even memorize it? Little Polly Flinders sat by the cinders warming her pretty little toes. But now I'm lost. But basically what it comes down to, he'll find it, the mother whooped her ass because she got her clothes dirty from the cinders. But it's rhyming. So that makes it better. That makes it okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
If you can rhyme, you're abuse. Abuse rhyming is acceptable. If you can rhyme your abuse, then
it's not abuse.
It's okay. No, it's fine. So, but they were good enough at her preschool to say, you know what, we changed this. I can't remember for sure how they did it, but we totally cut out the mom and the ass beating, which is good.
But what was left to the story?
I don't know. I gotta pull
Little Polly Flinders sat among the cinders, warming her pretty little toes. You had the first half of it right. There's only 6 lines in the whole thing.
Oh, with the other half, the girl gets her ass beat.
Her mother came and caught her and whipped her little daughter for spoiling her nice new clothes.
Yeah. So...
She whipped her little daughter.
I think what they did was they said she scolded her little daughter.
Is that how you had to change it?
I think that's how it was changed, yeah. So she didn't get her ass beat, but she got verbally abused over it, so.
She is so beat. No wonder why we're all screwed up and dysfunctional.
Right. So we're opening with that, but there's plenty to talk about here. It's not just Little Polly Flinders, which was one I didn't even hear of until my daughter got assigned.
Oh my God, yeah. Never heard of it.
Yeah. So there was the ones that we all used to say, like the Ring Around the Rosy thing, which I guess is about death.
Yes.
And do I
One
have
of them
that?
was about the bubonic plague, I thought.
Actually, that might be it.
I think that
is it. Yeah, because they were burning the bodies.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So that's always fun to sort of dance with your friends about, right?
Dancing over dead bodies. There you go.
So that's always a good one. I don't know. Tell me about this situation you have with Girl Scouts.
Oh, so well, first of all, when you had the title in the show notes, and I hadn't really read much about where you were going with it, I had to laugh because recently on Facebook, on the Reels, there's this lady who does these old like nursery rhymes, or when you would do the clapping thing, this kind of thing when you were a kid, and you'd have these little.
We're going to talk about that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so she would, and it was funny because this one has always been stuck in my head, and I remember it from Girl Scouts, and I didn't know all the lyrics. They only taught us the Reader's Digest version, So it happened to come across it. So I watched it. Well, then of course, you watch it, then all their other stuff. And so I was like laughing whenever I saw this. I'm like, oh my God, that's so crazy that you were talking about this, because I've been recently watching these reels about it. But the one that I remember from Girl Scouts, I remember that I knew it was naughty. I knew there was like a subtle other meaning, but I didn't know what they all meant. And so I'm trying to think, if I wrote it down. I want a man. That's what. So it's like, I want a man, I want a man, I want a man, I want a man, I want a mansion in the sky. And then at one point it says, I want a neck, I want a neck, I want a neck, I want a neck, I want a necklace made of pearls.
It's like the Miss Susie thing.
Yes,
Because you think you're saying one thing, and then you end up saying something completely different.
Yes. So I never
heard that one.
Oh, you never did? Oh.
No, that's the first.
I don't know if our listeners really
And this was something you did, you guys did this at like camp or something?
At Girl Scout camp around the bonfire. We'd sing these songs, and this one about a man. And I remember I just thought it was so funny and everything, but I knew that it was somewhat naughty, and so I would never sing it around at home. Like, never. If my mom would have heard me singing this, I would have been in so much trouble, even though you weren't really saying anything naughty, because they changed the words up, but still there was that implication. But yeah, so that's whenever we were started, reading the notes about this, I was thinking about that, because I would never. And then that Miss Susie song, again, it's just some of the things that you're saying turn into something else, and so you think you're going to say a bad word as a kid, and,
which is very appealing.
Yes. But
when you're little,
but
you don't say it, but you feel like you're still getting away with it.
Yes, but oh man, I wouldn't have tested those waters in my house. That would have been, rosaries and extra masses and who knows what else.
Let me tell you this real quick. I'll segue, and then we can come back and talk about who the hell Miss Susie is, because I always want to know who she is. But we used to talk about her a lot. You're afraid that if you said this, that you're going to get in trouble. Yeah. Hopefully not the ass whooping that Polly Flinders got, but I get it. You were worried. She wasn't saying bad things. She just got her clothes dirty. I once told my father this joke when I was little.
Whoa.
Because I wanted to manipulate and get something I wanted in a good mood to ask. So I remember telling him this joke, and it worked. It was about cats. Like, this kid found a stray cat, and it was a little boy cat, and ran to the mom and said, Mom, I want to keep this cat. It's a stray. And she says, well, I don't know. She's like, okay, go ahead. And she says, well, what are you going to name it? And they said, Almond Joy. That's the cat's name. So then the kid's out playing again and finds another stray cat and brings it to the mom and says, Mom, I got to keep this kitty too. It doesn't have a home. I want to keep this kitty. She's like, I don't know. And it's a little girl kitty now. So she says, okay. And then she says, well, what are you going to name it? And she says, Mounds.
Oh, no.
And she says, well, they look almost alike. How are you going to tell them apart? And she says, because Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't.
Did your dad laugh at that?
Like crazy, man.
Did you get what you wanted?
I did. I got
Mission accomplished then, right?
What did you want? I want to know that. What was it?
God,
that
I wish I
you remember that?
remembered. Because I was little. You know what it may have been? Because I remember I told you my father would take forever to put the tree up. Like, it was like 5 days to Christmas, and we were still like, man, everybody else is ready for Christmas. What's that? I'm exaggerating. But it, especially by today's standards, my dad was really late.
Yeah.
Because now people are putting stuff up before
Halloween.
Halloween. And so he would usually do it around the second week of December or so. But you would want the tree up.
Yeah.
So you had to put him in a good mood because he just didn't feel like,
Yeah.
you know, it was a lot of work because he was a little bit of a perfectionist. I think it was I wanted the tree to go up and I wanted to ask him if we could put the tree up. But I knew I had to get him in a good mood. So a good joke.
Britain's always got
Works.
mouths, so.
So I was never worried like you were, I
Yeah.
guess was my point, of getting in trouble for saying. The other thing I used to do, I don't want to be, you know, whatever you want to call it, offensive, but the one thing I used to do because it was on cable all the time, and nobody ever told me to not say what I was saying. The movie The Jerk was on all the time. That movie was from 1979, so it was on early cable around 1980.
I have no
81.
clue what that
So it
movie
was
is.
all Steve Martin, The Jerk.
Oh.
It's
Yeah, maybe I
oh my
do.
God, it's such a classic.
I might remember now. Okay, go ahead.
The movie starts out with Steve Martin sitting around like he's homeless. And he always starts out the movie saying that he was born a poor black child
Oh, yeah, I do remember now.
because he was raised by
Yeah.
a black family.
Uh-huh.
And he was trying to start the movie out by telling his story. So I used to constantly walk around at the age of 8 or 9. And I
Quoting
used to
that?
always tell, yeah, I was say, I was born a poor black child.
My God, Chrissy.
And again, just let her go. She'll go to her room and watch more of that movie and be quiet. Just let it go.
Oh,
So,
my
because
Lord.
you know there was so much, you know, overseeing of me
Oh,
at
yeah.
my house.
Yeah, you were so well supervised.
Yes. So anyhow,
That's
so
funny.
let's get back to these lovely nursery
So
rhymes.
who the heck is Miss Susie?
I started looking this up and I saw where it said Miss Susie actually had another name. Do you have that one pulled up, Nick, for me? About, or do we have it in the printout? Yeah, Miss Susie didn't start out necessarily as Miss Susie. The other thing that always bothers me about these rhymes is, like, the Miss Susie Has a Steamboat. That one was just fun because it was a play on words. And like with what you
Yeah.
were reciting at camp,
Yeah.
it was this whole situation where you thought you were going to say something naughty, but then you didn't.
Yes.
You segued into
Yes.
something else.
Well, Miss Susie Had a Steamboat was a jump rope song, like you would say it to jumping rope.
Yeah, I didn't do that because I was going to talk about that too. I always hated all those people who can jump into the
Double
side
Dutch.
and they would be, well, no,
Oh,
we
you
didn't
mean
do that.
One rope.
It was, but it was
Yes,
one rope.
Yes.
But they would, and you would jump
You'd
in.
have to jump in.
I can
and-
sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah, I could pull that off once in a while, but
Yeah.
I was not as coordinated as you need to be for that. But we used to always do it with the hand thing.
Yes.
To each other, slap, and then go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do remember that there was another Miss Susie that talked about her son in the bathtub,
Yes.
Tiny Tim.
Yes.
Well, that was, some of the stuff was just horrible.
I
Like
know.
what was going to happen.
Do you have the words to some of these written down somewhere? So, like, if for those that aren't familiar
Which
with,
one do you want?
do the Miss Susie.
I can still remember.
Okay, do it.
Miss Susie Has a Steamboat. Miss Susie has a steamboat. The steamboat had a bell. Miss Susie went to heaven. The steamboat went to hello,
Hello,
operator.
operator.
Please give me number 9. And if you disconnect me, I'll kick you from behind the refrigerator. There stood a piece of glass. Miss Susie fell upon it and broke her little. Ask me no more questions. I'll tell you no more lies. The boys are in the bathroom, pulling down their flies are in the city. The bees are in the park. Miss Susie and her boyfriend are kissing in the dark.
Yes. Good job.
I'm marveling at how you remembered that up before. Is that just
No, I just
it's-
always
that's
remembered it.
childhood repetition ingrained in our brave.
You just
In
say
25 years from now, we won't be able to remember our names, what we had for breakfast, who our husbands are, but by God, we're going to be able to sing Miss Susie Had a Steamboat.
Probably. I guess
well, you
that's
certainly committed that to long-term memory. So,
so. Hopefully, we can.
I think the YouTube
That's
link,
the way to go out.
yeah, I think the YouTube link that I sent you was that lady doing the Miss Susie one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I did have it pulled up. Miss Susie. Oh, wait. I thought I had this pulled up. Nick, did you look it up? The Miss Susie thing that. Well, what are you doing over there?
You said it, so why do I need to look it
No,
up?
her origin. I said she was not
origin.
always Miss Susie. And I had
Well,
it.
there's
up
one
on-
that it uses the same, I guess, music or melody. I guess
Yeah.
is Miss Lucy Had a Baby.
Oh, I don't know. That
Yeah, I think originally her name might have been Miss Lucy, but then somehow it switched over into Miss Susie. Maybe Lucy just wasn't a popular name.
Doesn't rhyme
I
as
don't
well.
know. No, but do they at least tell you like the country of? I mean, these are all American, origin from our country here, or you're my king of Gemini over there, and today you're not on the ball. What the hell's up? What do you?
I'm trying to Google
Nothing?
it too.
So Miss Lucy has been used in the context of literature and art.
It doesn't say where it started. It's pretty much a 20th century,
Yeah.
I think, derived from that time period. But
Oh yeah, and
these
there's-
other ones
if
too.
you look online, you'll see there's way more words to it too. Okay, let's look up origin of Miss Susie. Let's see. What is oh, it's an American folklore. Okay, here we go. The origins of Miss Susie Had a Steamboat are rooted in American folklore. The nursery rhyme, also known as Hello Operator, has been popular in schoolyards for decades, using in clapping games and jumping ropes. Its earliest version to date back in the 1950s with various adaptations.
yeah, it's more. It's a mid-century, 20th century.
So what's wrong with that?
It's just how it makes you.
Miss Susie.
It's how it. It's just that words that were like
Swearing or
almost
thing.
swearing.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
You're gonna say something inappropriate, but then you don't.
Well, because I'm just saying it doesn't compare to Ring Around the Rosy.
Yeah.
You're talking
So
about
let's
people
talk about
dying
that.
of
Ring Around the Rosy. Okay. Because that's the one I think that's all about the bubonic plague or something.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's so. Let's see. The most infamous theory connects this to the Great Plague of London in 1665. The rosy is the red rash of the infected posies, were the flowers used to mask the smell of death, and ashes to ashes refers to the cremation of the bodies. It's good times.
Here, child. Good times. Good times.
And yet,
And we still teach our children this today. Oh, it's such a cute song.
Oh, yeah. And they do the ring around, they hold hands. I've had my kids do it when they were
Yeah.
little they do it on the trampoline. They'd hold hands and they'd spin around and then they'd fall down.
Yes.
Because it was easy to fall down on that without getting hurt. So, oh, and then didn't you say, what was the three blind mice? I have
Oh,
that.
yeah.
The mice are believed to be oh boy, now we're getting into religion.
Oh.
3 Protestant bishops
I've heard that. Yes. Huh?
who were burned at the stake for conspiring against the Queen. Oh, there's a couple that you told me were from that Queen Mary.
Oh, yeah.
So how does that go back to Mary? I don't know that one real good. 3 blind mice.
3 blind mice.
I've heard this.
3 blind mice.
Yeah.
See how they run.
See how they run? Is that no?
Yeah, I
Is that,
thought that's what it was. Wait,
Oh,
here, let
yeah.
me look up 3 blind mice works. Yeah, you could tell everyone we really we definitely do this sometimes. We concept it and then we just talk about it. Because that's
I knew I had Miss Susie down. That's all I knew.
We do, yeah. It's an English nursery rhyme. Yes, it's in a you. This is one of those that you would sing at camp because you would do it in a round. Like one person starts and then 2 verses later another person starts. But 3 blind mice. Oh, it's not the American word. The original lyrics, I don't understand the original lyrics, so I don't. It's like. Elion, the miller and his merry
Oh,
old wife.
jeez.
Yeah, so her triplet through.
What is it,
the-
Latin?
Yeah, I don't know. So, well, English, so older in English, but
Yeah, so that one, and then there was the other one that I think had something to do with Queen Mary. You told me there was a second one, Nick, that was about Queen Mary. There were 2. Yesterday.
yeah, here it
And
is.
then
3 blind mice, see how they run, They all ran after the farmer's wife who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? That's
Oof,
the song.
that's awful.
I know.
I don't think I ever got past the point where they ran. And then I think it was this Mary, Mary, quite contrary. that also
How
has
Does
to
Your
do
Garden
with Queen
Grow?
Mary.
Yes.
Yeah. Frequently attributed to Queen Mary, Bloody Mary, as she was known by her friends, a devout Catholic who executed hundreds of Protestants. Oh, is that her claim to fame?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's a Mary Queen of Scots.
Mary Queen of Scots.
Not Mary.
Yes. Yep.
Lovely. Now, I thought I saw something. It's about a cannon. Humpty Dumpty was not about an egg on a wall. It was about a cannon.
It was about a cannon. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
And
we never see pictures of a cannon in our books. We always see some dopey egg dressed up ridiculously, don't we?
with no pants.
With a crack.
No pants on.
They're Winnie the Pooh in it. So, what war was this about? The English Civil War. Okay. Well, wonderful. And the cannon broke?
Yeah.
Is that what it's telling
Yes.
you?
Mhm.
Okay.
They couldn't put him back together again. So yes, a lot of
Sounds
these,
like
and
trouble.
I guess all right. So back in the day, the people were surrounded by death and war, so they created these childhood songs. So if you take this to modern times, what's the COVID song? Like okay,
God.
you know what I'm saying? Like, where's our COVID nursery rhyme that talks about the world came to a stop and we all had to wear a mask in COVID.
Yeah, my song is "Where's My Mask? Where did I leave my mask? Does anybody see my mask?" That's what. Do I really need to go to the store? I love Instacart. I love Instacart delivery. We can make a lot of good stuff out of that one. Yeah.
Yes.
Put the stuff in my trunk. Put the stuff in my trunk.
No contact. No contact. No contact. Woo!
To the right,
Yeah.
to the right,
What?
move 6 feet to the right, to the left, move 6 feet to the left.
Where is the hand sanitizer? Oh my God, no toilet paper. What happened to the toilet paper?
Oh, that would be the nursery rhyme. Like, we went into the woods and we got plants because there's no toilet paper. We had to improvise.
Wonder what my neighbor's wiping their butt with today because there was no toilet paper.
Oh, exactly.
And I'm sitting at home with nothing better to do but wonder what my neighbor is thinking about wiping his butt with. Yeah, so these all seem to be derived from, like you said,
Yeah.
war and famine and plague.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I just want to know what the impetus was for children to sing these things. They're very dark.
Something about making them take their mind off of the horror, maybe to try and make it so children aren't walking around in fear constantly.
Yeah, but how about some less dark lyrics? Sing about something else. I mean, they put current events and they try to sanitize it and they put it in these nursery rhymes.
Well, look at the time period we're talking about.
Yeah, I know,
I don't
but-
think that, unfortunately, the population then had they didn't process their thinking that way.
Yeah.
They were dealing with some pretty bad stuff, and they didn't have, like, their phones to look at to
I know.
distract them. So they're probably just like, just let the kids, why is there a bunch of fires and it looks like Uncle Ted's on the fire over there? Let's make a lighter about it. We'll just do like a little rhyme about it, make them think it's okay. So we'll sing, Ring Around the Rosy.
Okay.
So they can do a dance.
Before we get any farther, I have to ask.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we have a word of the day. Nick said, I want to know what the impotence is. So the word of the day
Impetus.
is impotent. Would you please spell that for me, please?
IMPETUS, impetus.
Oh,
Impetus,
impetus.
it is.
Okay. I'm like
Yeah.
going, I knew what you were saying, but what I was hearing, I
On-
was like,
on
"Okay,
Facebook videos.
That sounds like a whole
Impetus.
nother nursery
Yes.
rhyme
We
song
can
going
count
bad
on Nick
here.
to give us words
That
of the day.
sounds
Give me
like
the definition, since I've already used it in a sentence, though.
Okay.
It just means the moving force, the impulse, the
Yes.
stimulus. What was the motivating thing to
Yes.
do that? And you guys kind of answered that for me. I'm still, you know,
Yes.
I just,
Everybody was dying.
yeah, it's just,
It's yes, as Nick said, the force that makes something happen to happen more quickly. Whoa! I almost fell off my stool.
so impetus is your word for the day. I'm glad I could supply it.
Impetus, not
you.
to be confused with impotence.
Yes, let's try and keep the distinction there.
Yeah, there's no motivating force there, right? You hear that. So,
Well, actually, there is a motivating force. It just is not effective. So, anyways, though, that was good. Okay.
Viagra.
Yes.
Now we're going to get into something fun.
Yes.
Towards the end of our time together. This is another thing I didn't understand. Remember when you had more than 2 people together to play some stupid game or pick a team or some stupid game? We could never just pick. We had to do these ridiculous, now more stupid sayings.
Yes.
Bubblegum, bubblegum, in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? And then somebody say 4. And you go, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you are the one that I do not choose. Or you would say, I do choose.
Right.
Do you remember doing all this crazy
We did
crap?
Red Rover, let so-and-so come over.
Oh, well, we're going to get into that.
Okay.
That's a game
Yes.
we're going to talk about.
Yes.
But this
But
was
yes,
just
I-
trying to get to play the game.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
In the eenie, meenie, minie, mo, catch a something by its toe. Always some
Catch a pickle
beast
by
or
its
animal.
toe, or catch a
A pig, a tiger.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard that one. What?
So there'll be, this is very timely. You're talking about this because the NFL draft is today. So,
Is that how they pick? Is that how they pick their players?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I hope not. Why am I wasting my time for all those months with you yelling at the TV? So yeah, the eenie, meenie, miny, mo. I always thought that was funny. It's like, what the hell's wrong with us? Can't we just pick?
Yeah.
I want Joe. I want Tanya. I want this. I want. Why are we doing all of this? And then you feel really crappy when you.
Right.
They don't even pick you from that.
And then you would get the smartass one who realized that when they were doing the song correctly, that it was going to land on the person they didn't want. So they would
Yes.
add some extra words, and so that
Until they got to what they
wanted.
wanted.
I was
Yes.
never what they wanted. I was usually the last one.
It depended on the game. If the game was aggressive and violent, I was usually picked first. But if we took the jump rope thing, I was last. They're like, "Don't pick Chrissy. She can't jump in. She can't do it for long."
I'm not surprised on both accounts.
Thank you. Yeah, we used to do floor hockey at my grade school in the gymnasium, and I loved floor hockey because I got a weapon on top of everything else. I had a stick now, and I used to always get picked first for floor hockey.
Yeah.
Football and basketball, not so much.
Yeah. If it was a
Right.
competition, if it was a schoolyard pick because you really wanted to win, I would have been higher up on the pecking order. Never first, but higher up. But if it was a popularity, like if you were just at recess and you're just playing games and they just wanted to be with their friends, yeah, I was the last pick.
Here's what tells you. No, I'm with you. I'm there.
Yeah.
The other thing that's funny is you would think, so they would choose you sometimes as you were the captain and you had to do the picks.
Yes.
So why is it that I'm talking about me now, as a jerk, you would think, okay, my fellow people who aren't picked first.
Yeah, you would have picked them first.
You should think that being nice, like by today's standard, they would encourage kids, okay, now you're the head of it. Pick the people that you know you feel bad because you're left out with them.
Yeah. No, that
So pick
didn't
them
happen.
first and give them a chance. No, I still picked all the people who I knew was going to
Right, because you were
to
going to
play
get your
good
ass beat at whatever dodgeball or whatever. You had to pick some of the good players to save your soul, because you were going to get pelted with balls or getting your, whatever beat because you didn't have some strong players, Survival of the
Right.
fittest.
Absolutely. So, well, yeah. So when your kids or your grandkids are out there doing their nursery rhymes, or they're doing the eenie, meenie, miny, mo, or bubblegum in a dish, you know a little bit. Although I'm sure some of this stuff's pretty well known, but it just cracks me up all these
does.
things we used to say and how
Does.
inappropriate they were. Like I needed anything extra to say that was inappropriate.
I will find the YouTube link for the I Want a Man song, so that way you guys can listen to that and hear that whole thing, because it goes from like we're gonna get hot to when the damage is done, we're gonna have some childish fun. I mean, it goes down the whole dating, sex, the birth spectrum. So
I'm looking forward to this. So yes. Please send that over.
Oh my. Well,
so we're wrapping up the month of April.
We are,
correct?
but we are still supporting autism because it is still the month of April, and our Junkies Care initiative is supporting local, national, or worldwide organization that does great work. And being that April is Autism Awareness Month, we have chosen the Autism Society in Akron and I always mess this up. The Greater Akron.
The Autism Society.
Greater Akron.
Is it
Greater?
Greater Akron.
Oh, yeah, we suck. But
I know. Well, because we want to say greater. We think Akron's great. Why not? A lot of good things come out of Akron.
Yeah.
But any Autism Society, they're all over, and they do wonderful things. They provide a lot of information for families, support for families, programs. Just a great resource for anybody who has questions or needs some help or doesn't know where to get started.
Yeah.
So we highly recommend looking into that in your area, or if you're over here where I am in Northeast Ohio, that society will be more than happy to answer.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Susie Has.